thank you for joining us at House of Targaryen Realness. Today, we are doing a different episode. We finally
Oh.
get to cover new content.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Big day for annoying people.
Alert the high elders. Let them know.
Oh,
Let it be known through the land that there is new content. Oh my god.
so this week we'll be covering the season 2 trailer. I'm just probably gonna go outside here and say there's gonna be spoilers to season 1 and probably everything that's gonna happen in House of the Dragon. So if you're not interested, we'll see you next week. Love you, Mina. Um, so
But
this
yeah,
trailer, all out war.
I mean, oh my god. Yeah, there's no one's messing around anymore. It's all over. It's Jover.
Mm,
This trailer
Joker.
this trailer literally just said it's Jover for everyone. God, the look on Rhaenyra's face, the first shot we have of her,
Rhaenyra had no lines, but yet she said so much.
she said so much with her face, and I mean, she's right in everything that she does from here on out. I mean,
Mm,
I will defend her through and through. I mean, I love Allison, and we've talked about our complex, how complex her character and stuff is and everything, but Rhaenyra can do no wrong. She can do no
period.
wrong. Everything that she does moving forward is 100% justified. But speaking of all the events moving forward, I think they did like, I don't know how many events they packed into this, but they packed so many. Like I feel like there's a different scene a second in this
Mm-hmm.
trailer. And then I'm sure it alluded to so much that we're in for. I've seen I don't know what happens with blood and cheese, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But I did hear that we did get a small glimpse into that.
We did get a small
Okay.
glimpse. Those were the two deaths I was telling you about that led to Blood and Cheese. Now, Blood and Cheese is one of them is gonna die in that scene, but because of Blood and Cheese, another character does die
Oh.
out of regret. So,
Oh, oh, so Skewer's side, I'm assuming.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, fascinating. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot of what's gonna happen next season. I'm really excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's gonna be really bloody, and I know,
Mm-hmm.
like Allison says in the trailer, many people will die. Like it's gonna be bad. But so the two deaths that we know for the next season are gonna come with blood and cheese.
Blood and Cheese, Blank is gonna die.
Yes.
From the fact we saw her dragon beheaded in the behind the scenes.
Oh my god.
Um, for some people who, if you know, you know. And I don't know if this season. I hope it's not rushed. I hope because the war is so long. I hope next season. I hope we get 2 seasons of the war because everyone thinks Rhaenyra is gonna die at the end of the season, and I don't think that.
Oh no, because I think they've even talked about George R. R. Martin said that it has to be in order to cover everything correctly. He said that
Hmm.
this show needs to be 4 to 5 seasons long. I think
Okay,
is
I
what
can
he
see
said,
4.
and yeah, and I think the writers like agreed with that. I don't think they would just make this a 2 season show unless they don't get picked up again. But I can't imagine not because it's
Yeah.
raking it in right now. But um yeah, there's no way that Rhaenyra dies this early. I mean, because how long? So in the text,
Mhm.
how many years long is this war between the
I
Blacks
think it's
and the Greens?
like a year and a half,
Okay.
a year, because Rhaenyra becomes queen for 6 months when she takes back King's Landing, because she's
Oh,
known as the 6-month queen. So that's the best way I can justify because her kids also, because right now Aegon and Viserys, the twins, they are like God 8, 7, 10 when Rhaenyra
yeah.
dies, something.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't
Okay.
know if the show's gonna age them up or give that to another character.
Hmm.
Because Damon's hair is longer in the trailer.
It is. Yeah. That's what all the Damon girlies have been tweeting
Mm.
about. Long hair Damon is back.
Daddy's home. Oh.
It's that You know, in Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, when he like goes into the shop and then comes out in the black suit and he does like the arm roll and everything, that's Damon. He went in with short hair, came out with long hair, does the roll. He's back. He's home. It's ready to go. We're time to go. Yeah.
Daemon Targaryen is home, everyone. Yeah, so Damon is back. I hope they're not
Yeah.
going to make him too much of a hothead. I feel like this is a good time to show how smart he is, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think he he's very hot-headed. Very hot-headed.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen moments where he had breaks where he can't keep his cool around Rhaenyra, but when it comes to Rhaenyra, he's pretty like steady. I mean, there is
Yeah.
that moment in season 1 where he went after her. And we'll talk about that when we get to that episode, but for the most part, he always like follows her command and he's pretty like, I will do as you say. Got this, I got your back, I
Mm-hmm.
got your, I got this. So I think we're gonna see a scarier version almost of Damon in that he's not like a fire, he's not
Mm-hmm.
just like big bursts of
I
fire. It's gonna
do. I sorry to interrupt you. I
No,
do
you're good.
love the shot in the trailer where it's Aemon and then Damon is seen swinging his sword, and then
Does
it's
that
like
allude to something?
that split second. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that's what I think I saw that on Twitter too. I was there's so many compliments to whoever edited this trailer because they're like
Mm-hmm.
they did a really good job about alluding to a lot of different stuff without saying a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the points that someone brought up was that scene cut, and so that's really interesting. I feel like Damon is gonna like evolve now that his son has died and all the tragedy that's happened around Rhaenyra. He's gonna be more like I feel like he's just gonna be more like stoic about it, but that's even scarier. You know what I mean? Like when
Mm-hmm.
someone is like really calm with like all this like power and like anger and stuff like that is really unsettling. And I feel like we can kind of go into that with this season. That would be really cool to see him be very smart, calculated, level headed, but full of fury dangerous combination. So I'm really excited. Yeah, I've just been like that was my first reaction to all of this is oh my god, the babies are back. All of our friends that we have missed for so long, they're back, and I'm so excited to see them all again, even though they're all struggling.
Even though
It,
they're all going through it,
they're going through it. But
and you can clearly tell like who's on side. Like it's all red and black now. What we were
oh yeah,
talking about, even to compare it to
there's
season one.
yeah, there's no gray matter in this. It's all you're
It's
either
either
one or the
red,
other.
black, or green. No in between.
Yep, no in between. And yeah, because I really like that short scene where they pulled out the shields, and you
Mm-hmm.
can really see that color divide. And I cannot get over the costumes. I mean, like Allison, all of Allison's green dresses and everything. And then that really spooky scene where she's wearing that like white linen dress. I'm sure it's just her like undergarments or whatever
Mm-hmm.
when she's standing at the lake or river or wherever she is.
She's looking at the river, going, "Oh no! Isn't it the consequences of my own actions?" She's just looking at the river, going, "Damn! I prob
Damn,
I probably
I
shouldn't have lied, huh?"
probably shouldn't have done what I just did. That's so real. But like, anyways, like all of her green dresses and
Mm-hmm.
everything, I think it's just so. And then Rhaenyra also with all of her black dresses and all of her red.
Rhaenyra looks so much better this
She looks
season.
so good. Oh my gosh, the scene. That hairdo that she has where she's wearing the crown and she's got
Mm-hmm.
just like a little bit on her left side, like it's like pulled over to the right or either in like a bun or something. And then she's just got like a little bit of hair draping like next
Mm-hmm.
to her crown. Looks so good. She popped off.
Ma'am, your son is dead. Why are you serving?
I mean, literally, I mean, God, I mean, do not fuck with a mom, man. Just don't do it because
I
she,
I love Rhaenyra so much. I felt like Rhaenyra got the butt end of the stick with the costumes a little bit in season one, so to kind of
that's fair.
really see
That's,
her come in to like what the novel almost described her as makes
oh,
me very
yeah.
happy.
Oh
and
yeah.
the fact that she's wearing a braid that like Visenya Targaryen used to wear, the
Oh,
warrior Targaryen, which is not Daenerys. Rhaenyra would really look up to Visenya in that way in the book, and she never really wore a braid that much in season one.
she
So
didn't.
I had a little gripe against it, but I was like, I'm kind of with it, and I don't know if this is me like overthinking everything, but I like now that we're actually at war, and she has
That's
the
yeah, that's
need
what
to
it,
wear it.
so that's what I was gonna. Yeah, no, that is interesting. Yeah, her hair has changed, her style has changed. I love that dress that she's wearing that has the two like gem crusted like embroidered dragons on her shoulders.
Oh, it looks so good.
It's so stunning. But I so about the costumes in the first season, I was scrolling through TikTok, you know how I do. And I came across someone's page that's dedicated to like analyzing costume design in television. And she was talking about, how a lot of Rhaenyra's clothing in the first season seemed really rushed.
Hmm.
She was like, because personally, she was like, I've worked on shows like House of the Dragon before, I think is what she was saying. I could be totally misquoting this, but she was like basically insinuating that she recognizes that this was a job done under a time crunch. And I feel now that they probably have a bigger budget, probably have more time to film and stuff like that. You can see that in the costuming. You can see that
Hmm.
in the I don't know. I just like watching these scenes and like the stills and everything that we've gotten. It's so artistically done. Like a lot of the everyone's been talking about on Twitter and on just on social media in general how a lot of these still images, these moments and these like promotional posters and everything look like Renaissance paintings, look
Yeah.
like works of art. There's so much emotion and depth in every little frame that we're getting and we can see that and it's so appreciated and it's so beautiful. But yeah, that's like the paintings that people have been referring to are the two promotional posters with Allison and Rhaenyra, and they've got the reflection of tears in their eyes, and people have been comparing them to the fallen angel. It's by Alexandre Cabandel, I think is how you pronounce it. Cabanel. I mean, I may be
Cabanel,
mispronouncing
yeah.
Cabanel.
Yeah, I know that one.
And then the last day of Pompeii by Carl um, Brylov. Brylov. I think that's Russian. I could be
Hmm.
wrong, but and there is definitely resemblance there. I could just I love the posters that they did for this first season, but God, this season they're pulling out all the stops. I'm so excited.
I love that like Allison, I texted you this when like the posters came out with that that
Hmm.
Allison is very polished and pierced, and like I can't remember if she I think she might be on the verge of tears in the poster. I really can't remember.
Yeah.
But she's very pierced, held together, and then
Hmm.
we get to and then we you slide over in the next one, it's Rhaenyra, and she looks like she's been on her dragon. She's
Yep.
covered in like the fire dust. She's been crying.
Oh yeah.
Like she is broken. She This girl is ready to go to war.
She
And
is.
I better see Rhaenyra pull out all the stops next season. No
Oh,
holding back. No holding back.
there is no and God, Fury of a Woman Scorned. I mean, she
Hmm.
is. Oh God, I can't. Because I was
She.
thinking about it. She loses three significant people in her life within the course of 24 hours,
Hmm.
essentially. Well, yeah, because
Essentially.
she loses her baby, she loses her son, and she loses her dad
Hmm.
all in one fell swoop. And it's like I cannot imagine the amount of grief and just and not only those three deaths, but she also just got the crown ripped away from her, her birthright, everything. Like I could not those are I I I can't imagine how I would react in a situation like that. Like whenever something happens to me, I usually just fall asleep. Like that's my like you know how people do have fight or
Yeah.
flight. Like I just go night night. I just go
She's
I just go to
sleepy.
sleep. I go eepy. But she definitely picks fight, and it's crazy. I was thinking about that shot in the last season whenever we see Lucerys die, his death
Hmm.
scene. And that really chilling shot of him on his little baby dragon compared to Vagar and Vagar's giant wings. So last time we saw Vagar, Vagar's pretty, put together everything. In the last scene of this trailer, Vagar is missing lots of little holes.
Nemo's been in battle, bro.
Mima Vagar has been through it.
Nemo Vagar has been through it, man, and that dragon has dementia. Put her down. Um, let her retire.
Let her
Um,
retire. She just needs to experience the last of her days in
I also
Sunshine Valley.
yeah, send her to Florida to retire, please. She needs a trip to Disney World real bad.
She really does. She
But
really
it
does.
almost fits Aegon right now, Aegon the second.
Mm-hmm.
Because he fucking psychopath. I'll go ahead and admit it.
Yeah.
Fucking psychopath. We already know this, but I think it just fits that like, and even another shot in the trailer, like Aegon the Conqueror's crown looks horrible on him.
Yes, that's what people have been saying, and then Rhaenyra, it fits perfectly.
Hmm.
That's such a smart costuming decision. Oh my god! But yeah, he looks. And there have been comparisons to him on the throne with Joffrey on the throne.
Yeah.
As someone who has read the books and all the lore and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff, who is technically worse, Aegon the Second,
Aegon, I think Aegon the second, personally.
really, over Joffrey?
I think Aegon is just more evil
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
fair.
I think Joffrey was just a little prick
Yes. Yeah.
who had an ego trip. I think Aegon realized, like, because at first he didn't want the throne, and then he's always been a drunk and like a loser. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they're both losers, but I think Aegon, it's more painful in a
Mm-hmm.
sense of, okay, like you don't enjoy him. Like I enjoyed Joffrey a little bit because he was a little funny. You know what I mean?
Joffrey is giving iPad baby, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then
Joffrey's giving
Aegon,
iPad baby, and Aegon's giving boomer.
Aegon's actually giving child that needs to be in grippy sock jail for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like, I
I don't know.
or horror movie child that
Yeah.
finds bears that can control people and or that did you see that trailer for Imaginary, the new
No.
horror? Oh my god, it's a new horror movie, but they're doing it like it's like Chucky but with a teddy bear. Anyways.
So the movie Aegon the Second is like if we buried him in Pet Cemetery and he came back to life. Like that's his personality. And then Joffrey's more like,
No.
oh, okay, just give him his iPod and he'll shut the fuck up, you
he
know?
kind of he
But
kind of he kind of, I mean, Joffrey does, like, he slays in his fit choices.
yeah, like Joffrey was a little bitch, but he had some drip. Aegon, not so much.
Aegon just
Like
looks
if we put A
insane.
if we put Aegon and Joffrey in a room, Aegon's gonna come out crying.
Yeah. He said I was ugly. He said that my coat is not befitting of a king. He called me a little bitch.
And also, I think it's funny that Aegon looks he's like 5'2".
He's so short. He's just like, it's like,
This
who
is this is not
who
me
gave that
hating the
man?
actor. This is not me hating the actor at all.
No,
But I don't
no.
know if they make him look short on purpose or if it was like a casting choice. But like
I
Rhaenyra
think
looks like she's like 5'10", and Aegon looks like he's like 5'1". I
I
need them
think
to
it's
stand next to each other.
no, we definitely need a frame of reference picture with the two of them. But I do think that that is a because I did notice that in the first season too, how like meek he is. Like, like you
Mhm.
talked about him being a drunk all the time. He's also like he cowers a lot, but he
Mhm.
does it in a way that like gets him the response he wants. And that's even grosser than what.
He's very like Discord
Yes, he
guy.
is. Where's my Discord kitten?
Yeah, that's what Aegon would be. He's like, "Where's my Discord kitten?" And then Aemon's like the jock. I love like mom's
Yes,
favorite,
he
and then
is mom's
and then Helena's
favorite.
just like the baby sister who's just like, eh.
Helena
She's
is
she just says
Helena's
things. She's a
Helena
crystal.
is she's crystal astrology girl.
Yeah.
She's real for, and that's what everyone's been talking too about her couple of scenes in this trailer too. She looks
Mm.
wicked, man. I mean, I am so excited to hear more of her little rhythms and or not rhythms, her rhymes and like weird cryptic ways of predicting the future and stuff. I'm really thrilled to hear more from her.
That scene with her where she's in the veil, like looking up. I
Yeah.
already know she's at a funeral for the blood and cheese incident. Um, that has been confirmed because you can kind of tell with what Allison's wearing, and they've been sitting next to each other. So, but I wanted to ask, do you think when she's looking up, do you think she's looking up at a dragon? There's been theories. Do you think she's looking up at like a dragon flying by, or do you think she's having like a dragon dream?
The way that she's looking into the camera, or she's not really looking at the camera, but like the way that she's looking up and everything feels very earthreal and ethereal, I guess.
Hmm.
Ethereal and kind of like out of this world. So I am more on the side of her having like a dream or episode or something that like, you know, because she's so in tune with this spiritual side and like the, you know, dragon dreamer, like all that kind of stuff. I would imagine it's something like that. I could see it being a dragon flying over her too, but she just looks like she's having like there's something really incredibly special happening in that moment. And since she's so unique herself, I feel like those two things are tied in with one another. But what do you think?
I hope it's a dragon dream. I hope we see more of them because we saw a little bit with Daenerys in season two. I want to
Mm-hmm.
say I think it was season one or season. I think it was season two. Because Daenerys is a dragon dreamer, and they really didn't lean in towards that. So I kind of hope we see a little bit of that with her, because everyone showed interest about her dragon dreams from season one. So maybe
Yeah,
they'll give us a little bit of something.
it
I
would
hope
be
it's
really cool.
I hope it's a dragon dream, personally.
I really hope it's a dragon dream. I don't. That shot also reminds me. Have you seen Howl's Moving Castle? The Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a shot where like Hal looks up, like, and it's like he's got like his like feathers, black feathers, and his black hair all around him. And he like
Mm-hmm.
looks up, and it's just his face in the camera. The way it's framed and everything reminds me a lot of that shot that we're talking about with Helena.
I
Um,
can see that. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but that just like, and since they're both kind of magical beings, it kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, but yeah, speaking of slaying, even though literally both in both terms, in both ways that it means slaying and slaying. Kristen Cole. Um
Do we want to talk about how they Jamie Lannistered him with that haircut?
yeah. What's up with the what's up with the haircut there? What happened? What happened to the luscious locks?
It's kind of deserved at this point, I think.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
Um,
wrong. He got
yeah, I
he got
actually have the shot pulled up on my iPad right now of like the trailer, and it's him swinging the sword with
mhm.
that haircut. Okay. Um, I can't defend him.
I can't. I
I,
can't.
like before he turns evil, um, there's something there, but like now he just looks like a wet rat this season. The actor is still beautiful. I love the actor very much. I think he's a gorgeous man. It's just the way they styled his hair, awful. Awful. They did him
He,
dirty, but he's he kind of deserves dirty for this.
no, he does. He does. It's kind of giving, President Snow getting thrown into District 12, got to get his buzz cut to join the military. Like it's not that short, but it's like that's what it's giving. It's giving that you like we said earlier.
It's
Oh,
giving
here
I
are the
enlisted in ROTC.
yeah, it's giving here are the consequences of my own actions, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
Like it, yeah.
The only pretty person on Team Green is Allison, and I don't know
Period.
how.
I
Helena
mean
Levy
Helena
mean
too,
I
but
mean Helena Levy mean it, but you're not doing it like your mother.
no, that's so true. Allison, I mean, God, that one still of her where she's getting into the carriage, I was like, How is this not a painting? I don't understand. Like that literally looks like a painting.
If they wouldn't, if they would have casted anybody else, we would have been like, fuck Allison, fuck this, fuck that.
I love Olivia Cook.
But Olivia Cook is carrying, and repay mother's respects when mother respects are due. Um,
I have loved her since she was in Bates Motel. I knew her back in her Bates Motel phase, and
mm,
boy, what a phase that was. If you know, you know. But I mean, God, she made for this character. I like you
mm.
said, I cannot picture anybody else playing her
her,
and getting this reaction that we have for
her
her.
and Emma Darcy were truly made to play these characters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Honestly, everyone. I can't think of anybody else I would have interchanged. Excuse me. Like I can't think of anyone else playing Damon. I can't think of anyone
Mm,
else playing King Viserys, which speaking of, I know we've been without Viserys for like 1 or 2 episodes. It was still really, really weird watching this trailer about it being all House of the Dragon, right? And not seeing Viserys. Like
I know, like, love to hate him. I kind of miss Pookie Bear, you know?
I kind of miss him. I really, and God, I mean,
he was
he really made his claim on the show, and it's really weird watching it without him now.
he was
Um,
such like the almost the voice of reason between the two families,
he really
even
was.
though they're all technically one big family. But I think, I really think that we really didn't feel it that much when he died in season. Well, we felt it, but we really didn't realize the impact of it because
Oh yeah, absolutely.
we get so agitated with him, and then we get like, oh, we love the service, and then it's like a spiral. But I miss him. I miss Pookie Bear.
I miss Pookie.
I miss the real Targaryen realness in
I miss the
this.
Targaryen realness. Yeah, I mean, like when his death happens, it's like, okay, God, just seeing his body go through that, you're like, all right, dude, you need to die. Like your body is not just doing well with
Mm,
you anymore. Um, and it also for the plot too. We very much needed that to happen in order for the story to go. But it just, I don't know, it feels at the same time like it happened all too quickly. And freaking kudos to the actor. What remind me of his name again? I said it the
Patty,
other day. Yes, Patty Constantine. Thank you. God, love you, Patty. Love
we
you.
love you. We love you, Patty.
We love you, Patty.
Please come on the pod sometime.
Hang out with us.
But another shot I really love is they're sitting at the table, and it's Rhaenyra, Rhaenys, and Daemon, and they're doing like a battle plan or something. I don't
Yes.
know, and we see the knight in the background with Rhaenyra. I don't know. I just really That's another shot I really love.
I'm really excited that we're gonna get a lot of plotting and discuss. I love that we're gonna get more of Dragonstone. I like
Hmm.
that this is gonna be kind of their HQ for a bit. Because we only got so much of Dragonstone with Dany in Game of
Hmm.
Thrones, and we're getting more of it. We got more of it last season, but I feel like we're gonna get even more of it now, and I'm really pumped for that because I mean, when we found out that the table could light up, that was really freaking cool. Uh,
Big big day for annoying people.
I know, right? I think there's just so much there. There's so much history. There's so much, um, a lot of symbols and stuff that I can't wait to explore with this. And so, yeah, that shot was really exciting. Um, what was the other? Oh God, I had something
Well,
else.
another shot I noticed too was the Iron Throne. The lighting is very blue and
Yes.
dim in King's Landing. What we were talking about before is normally, even in Game of Thrones, it's very warm,
Yeah.
the lighting with that. And then I think the last time we saw it that dark blue was maybe when Daenerys took the Iron Throne and everything
Yeah.
was burned. I think that's the only time I can think of it when it was blue.
Yeah, because it was
That the dark
snowing.
lighting.
It was
Yeah.
snowing too, and so that did give it that blue like indigo kind of hue to it. But
Mm,
that's interesting that you pointed out because that's also I think I know Aegon is of the greens, right? But
mm,
I feel like that color kind of follows him a little bit, and like in the trailer too, like it's a lot of bleak and darkness and just like not entirely black, but like dark blue,
mm.
almost to like a void that's even scarier.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does. It reminds me a lot of like a horror film, and like you get to like the you know the scariest part, and like kind of think of like Paranormal Activity almost. The
Yeah.
security footage kind of colors and everything. It reminds me of that. You're so right. It's so it. I just think that like with Game of Thrones, there were so many characters and there was so much happening, right? That we had pockets of happiness and good storylines and redemption arcs and things like that. I don't think we're gonna get any of that with this
I
story.
can see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Alicent survives to the end of the war, and all of her children are dead, and
Hmm.
she blah blah blah. But I think, even though she is a victim, this is still her doing as well. I'm not
Right.
putting the blame all on her, but you pushed for it when you knew it wasn't true.
True.
Um, but even she can't even redeem herself, I don't think, after that.
Yep.
Even after everything that happened. To me, the minute once Luke died, there was no redeeming
No.
anybody, unless Aegon at the last minute said, "I'm giving my crown to Rhaenyra." He fled King's
Right.
Landing and gave
Right.
his crown to Rhaenyra, but
But there's not.
um
There's none of that.
there is no of that. So I think
God.
maybe redemption could be Damon a little bit from season one. He went from being arrogant to where now he's like the father that stepped up. But we've already seen that.
That father. He's the father that stepped
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really funny.
You're good. um but yeah, I mean, yeah, there is no I think everybody's kind of morally gray, and that's besides the really characters that are good,
Yeah,
besides.
right. I totally, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I just feel like in general the show is just evolving towards more of those colors and more of that darkness. And
Mhm.
it reminds me, like, and we talked about this in the first episode too, talking about how colorful and bright and happy everything is in the first episode, and how the world
Mm.
is just at peace with, or mostly at peace, despite the crab feeder and all that jazz. But now it's just the end times. It's doomsday. It's this is actually The Last of Us. Fun fact. And
Can't wait to see
no
Pedro
happiness.
Pascal again. Do you know that shot of the snow where people, it's like for a second, and it's like an army, and it's like there's snow in the background, and how did
I
it's
think
in the
I
woods.
yes, yes, yes.
Now we are seeing Winterfell again. How do you feel about seeing
Oh
Winterfell
my
again?
god, we are
Yeah, because
the motherland.
the
Oh my
Motherland.
god.
Because Rhaenyra's son, Jace, yeah, Jace.
Yes, yes,
So
Jace.
Jace is going to Winterfell to see Cregan Stark. You don't know who Cregan Stark is yet, but that happened in. This isn't a spoiler. It's in the last episode.
Right, because she said, yeah, and that's why she sent Lucerys where she sent Lucerys. Oh my God,
Hmm.
okay, because we talked in the first episode we got whenever people are pledging towards whenever Viserys names Rhaenyra as his
Hmm.
heir, we have people cycling through that are like, yeah, House ah Aaron is gonna
House, yeah,
yeah,
House
blah blah
Stark
blah blah blah.
pledged to
Yeah, yeah.
Rhaenyra.
And then the first person that pledges is House Stark.
Hmm.
I thought that was just a cute little nod. I didn't realize that we were gonna have story arcs with the Starks.
Hmm.
Oh my god. I'm so excited.
We get to finally get a Stark that I like that isn't Robb Stark.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, Cregan Stark, the man that you are. Um, yeah, Cregan Stark, very excited to see him. Him and Jace have a little bromance.
Ah,
Um,
love that.
there is a character that we don't know is real or not in the books. Her name is Sarah. It's Sarah Stark, and it's people think that Jace cheated on her with, instead of being with Bela, that Jace cheated on her with Bela, right? But people think that Sarah Stark is made up because him and Cregan are in love.
Oh my god. So and they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Interesting.
kind of very excited where the show's gonna go with that.
Fruity.
Cregan Stark is casted, but Sarah Stark is not, so we'll
What are
see.
saying? Who's
We'll see.
do you know who Cregan Stark is? Was anybody that you recognized?
The actor that plays Jace posted a picture with him and said winter is
Okay.
coming when the trailer came out. So I don't know the actor's name, but you can tell they've worked together because they have
Okay.
been posting each other for a bit. But
Okay.
we officially have like a casting for him now.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. That's gonna be awesome.
Scene where Rhaenyra is staring off into the distance and her
Yeah.
dragon's behind her. That
Hmm.
outfit she's wearing, it looks like she's wearing a Jedi robe. I just
Okay,
had to
okay.
point that out. I was like, it's getting
Um,
very Jedi
so in that
tonic.
vein then, what color kyber crystal would you give for Nira?
I've seen a lot of people give her blue, but I really feel like that doesn't fit her.
I
I
don't
feel
think so
like
either.
she's more like I want to say pink, like purple.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, I
either
could
pink
see.
or purple or
Yeah.
green.
Okay. Yeah.
What color would you give her?
I don't know why, but I want to give her like yellow or gold.
Oh, that's even better. That's even
You know what
better.
I mean? I don't know why. I just like I think Rhaenyra also like I mean red is definitely her color,
Hmm.
absolutely. But I do think that there are like some like gold undertones to her that look
Hmm.
really good, and I think I don't know, gold just suits her. Maybe it's her aura. I don't know.
Rhaenyra would look so good with a gold lightsaber. We need
Yeah.
House of the Dragon. Y'all need to work on this.
Hey, just letting you know, you could combine universes here.
Just
Let's just go crazy and
somebody who's the artist in the group needs to get drawing on that right now.
I period. Um,
Who's ever listening who can draw, please hear me out. But yeah, she looks like a Jedi, and I kind of really appreciated it. I know that wasn't the main wardrobe decision that they decided to choose, but it made
sure.
me think of something very Star. She looks very Star Wars-y in that shot, I
I
think.
love that. No, I need to look
And
back at that then.
I love it. I just think it's really cool.
That is really cool. I do like it when we can get little nods to other things. Even if it's not intentional. It's still
Yeah.
fun. So I really thought the quote at the beginning that Otto says is really interesting because he says arrows were made in the hours of King Viserys' death.
Hmm.
Do you think? Because this is weird because he's literally spent his entire political career pining for his heir to get on the throne. Do you think it
Hang on,
kind of
pause. Hang on, pause. Is Reagan saying his Otto Hightower spitting bars?
no, I am not saying he's spitting bars. I'm asking, do you think he kind of regrets that Aegon is now on the throne just
That's
because
such
it's
a good
Aegon?
question.
Because I don't
Well,
think he cares for Aegon because Aegon's an idiot and awful.
I, I really don't think he cares if
Who it
Rhaenyra or
is?
Aegon is on the throne. I just think he wants his blood on the throne. So I think he regrets maybe not marrying Aegon and Rhaenyra, or maybe not killing
He
Rhaenyra, or trying to get Rhaenyra dethroned more. I think maybe that's more of his style, if you know what I mean.
No, it definitely is. I just like because I think like the errors he was also referring to. I mean, definitely the accidental, well, quote unquote accidental death of Lucerys, right?
Hmm.
That's definitely an error. They
I
had
don't
to.
think he wanted anyone to die. I don't
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't think that was his intention. I don't think he would want to kill Rhaenyra, but I think maybe kind of getting Rhaenyra off the throne because he did like Viserys, so there is that
Mhm.
connection. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I do think maybe he was more like we should have. I think maybe it's clicking in his head of hey, maybe I should have done more to keep this war from happening, or who knows? I think it's more leaning towards that, but I think he still
Yeah.
wants his bloodline on the throne.
No, I think he does too. I just thought it was interesting that he said that because I was like, I was just thinking, it kind of reminds me almost just a little bit, just a tiny bit of Tywin Lannister,
Hmm.
just because Tywin hated Joffrey. He didn't care for him, you know, and he thought it was a piece of shit, and he was, you know, but he tried, you know, hard to work with his kids and stuff. I wonder. It just kind of I don't know that kind of paralleled that too, where I was like, huh, does Otto honestly like he's kind of like, oh, I kind of went a little too far with this, and now a psycho's on the
I
throne.
girl
I
boss
go
too
past too
close to
close to the
the
sun.
sun.
Girl bus too close to the sun, and now I just put up the second Mad King.
Yeah.
Like anyways, tell I think it can allude to a lot of different things, but I thought that that might have been an interesting
Mhm.
nod to his true feelings of his grandson. Oh, someone found this on Twitter. Their at I wrote it down because this was really cool. Their Twitter handle, it's not X, it's Twitter. Their Twitter handle is the blacks with an underscore afterwards. But they pointed out that Bela's earrings when she's on the dragon and
Mhm.
she's screaming match a necklace that Rhaenyra is wearing later on in the trailer. So they have matching jewelry that
Oh,
they're wearing. And I was like, oh my God. Oh
that's
my
so
God.
cute.
I know. I was like, I would have never have seen that and like put that together. But it's, yeah, Rhaenyra has a little necklace and then Bela has earrings.
Another thing about Bela though, I love that we get to see her on a dragon next season. Love
Mm-hmm.
that. Another thing that someone pointed out was Bela is wearing the same. If we see on that red satchel or cape thing that Daenerys wears, Bela is wearing something like that, and with the
Oh,
same brooch that Missandei is
no way.
wearing.
No way.
I'll send you a screenshot right now.
No way. Oh my God.
But the tweet says it's by President Barbie that Bela is wearing the same. Bela is wearing a similar three-headed brooch that Daenerys made for Missandei and her closest companions. I don't know if it's the same. It looks like the same brooch, but I don't know. I probably don't think it is. I don't know if they meant to do this or not, or was intentional. But it looks like something. And then the brooch that the cape is in the brooch look like something Daenerys wore back in season 7, with
That's
like even with like
crazy.
the dragon skills on it.
Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever. That is so cool.
Hmm.
I'm obsessed. I cannot get over. God, they popped off in the costuming department this season.
Whoever is in charge of the costume department this season, thank you. I love
God,
you.
you are a genius.
They heard us.
They heard our cries and they served.
Ugh.
Golly. Okay, we're gonna eat well in the summer next year.
We're eating great next
We are
summer.
gonna be fed next summer. God.
Ugh.
Wow. Well, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about from the trailer?
Time to talk about Rhaenys. Can't believe we
Oh
didn't.
my God, yes, Renee's. Hi.
Duh. Her quote,
Mother.
the quote where she says, "There is no war so hateful to the gods as war between kin, and no
Yep.
war so bloody as a war between dragons." She
Bars.
spit bars,
Bars.
bars.
Bars. God. I cannot. I mean, I just want more of Rhaenys. I don't feel like I get enough of her.
Everything
Like
that Rhaenys says, she spits bars. Like
she spits, she spits bars. She has so much reason
she
and
gets the
wit,
best lines out of
and she
everybody, I think.
does. I swear, she also to relate to another character in Game of Thrones. She kind of reminds me of Tyrion, not with the
Hmm.
humor and not with the drunkenness, but with like the words and the craftiness behind them. Like she
Hmm.
is so sharp. I cannot get over her and her hair this season.
Amazing.
Spectacular,
And
spectacular.
I kind of love that they're filming her as like Rhaenyra's hand almost.
They better. They better.
She doesn't become Rhaenyra's hand, but I kind of love that they almost filmed it like that. Just
Yeah, no,
she's
I mean,
sitting at the war table with Rhaenyra.
mm,
She's talking with Rhaenyra. I hope before she passes away we get a whole bunch of them. So
I just want, and I don't know, possible spin-off series, Renice in the earlier days. Just an
I
idea.
with young Rhaenys Daemon Viserys,
Please,
please,
please, with
please,
with their mom. Like, are
yeah.
you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I feel like, oh God, this I love this universe so freaking much. There's potential everywhere. Um, But yeah, no, she's killing it this season too. I'm so excited to hear more from her. But that line was absolutely she's correct as always. She's 100% right. Yes. Okay, so speaking of her children, that scene that everyone's kind of been talking about,
Mhm.
where Rhaenyra's dragon, and what has been identified not as sea smoke but as someone else's dragon. Anyways, there's a shot where it's Rhaenyra's dragon and another dragon, like
Mhm.
across from each other at a beach or whatever. And some people were like, "Oh my god, is that sea smoke? Is Laenar returning? Like is he gonna pop back in?" But I shared that with you, and you're like, "No." And then
No,
someone
it's a good
it's a great
theory, but
theory. Yeah, a great theory, but it's they I forgot whose dragon they said it was, but definitely not his. But I mean, one of that. Oh God, could you imagine? But
it's
you said we have
it's
a new
his
character coming.
yeah, it's his bastard half brother that gets
Oh,
legitimized by Rhaenyra, and they join Team Black. So
slay!
a little slay. That's all I'll say
It's
about that.
okay. Okay, yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more into that. But yeah, no, I did see, I it was like that theory, I think was like a TikTok and the music they put behind it. I was like, I miss Leonor. He's just so sweet. I miss him. I miss him. I wish he could come back, but I know he's living his best gay life out there
He's
eating fruit,
Laenor, you
probably.
don't
I
need
don't
to come
know.
back, baby. Baby is
Yeah,
okay.
you go live your life. You've earned it. You deserve it. You're doing great.
Last thing I will talk about is that it's like a 2 second shot to where it's um yeah, it's Aemon, and then it has Rhaenyra on her dragon, and she's like pulling up the saddle, and then that's
Yeah.
when Mima Vagar flies over. But I hope we see I Rhaenyra isn't in the books described as like going on battlefields and blah 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 blah. But
Uh-huh.
I hope we see her battle. She needs
Oh,
to battle one of her half brothers.
she will 100% be on the battlefield. Like, there's
Hmm.
no way she won't be.
Hmm.
That's just in her, that's in her blood. That's who she is. Like, girl's gonna fight with heart and she's gonna come after. I mean, Aemon, your days. Count your days, babe. Count your days.
Amen. Count your days, my guy. For real, count your days
Count your days.
because I know who killed you, and you're dead. So
You're done. You're done.
he's done. All right, I'm excited for season 2. I can't look away.
Period. I'm so the more content we're gonna get, the more I cannot wait. Summer cannot come fast enough. This is gonna be so much fun. But by fun I mean this absolutely destructive, and we'll be crying, and it's gonna be awful, but it's gonna be great.
But we will be fighting in the war on Team Black. We
Team
support our
Black
Queen Rhaenyra. Allison, you're
forever.
welcome to come to the other side. Allison, Helena, you're welcome to come to the other side if you want to. Um,
Open
the
invitation.
rest of you can burn. In that scene in Game of Thrones where it's Daenerys is like that flashback of her dad or whatever, and he's like, "Burn them all" or whatever. That's
Yeah.
me every time I see like Aemon or Aegon or Otto. I'm like, "Burn them all."
Oh my
I think I'm totally normal, and then I'm like, "Burn them, kill them."
god. I want it. Look at them holding hands. I want them dead.
I'm like President Snow every time I see them. Kill them,
Kill them all.
kill them. Or like, what's he say? About like Katniss, like, oh, I see Aegon. I want him eliminated.
As long as it ends, as long as it ends with the Mockingjay dead and her picture in the sky. That's all I care.
You love an underdog. I don't. Kill
I
Aemon.
don't.
mean, Snow could be a Targaryen. He with that blonde ass hair.
Easily, easily, easily. Are you kidding me? With the poisoning and the slaying and the and then when he was like, I liked when he killed that tribute, and then he's talking about it with Tigress, and she was like, oh my god, that must have been so horrible. And he was like, I like killing people. She was like, uh-oh.
Snow
Very
would be on
Targaryen.
Snow would be on Team Green, I fear.
No, he would, just for the thrill of it. It's
Just
not.
for a
It's
little bit.
just for the fact that he'd be playing chess. It's not because he cares about the emotion
No.
behind it. It's just because it's just a
He
game.
would
It's a thrill.
he would play whichever he'd be like, okay, but I want to be on the throne, so I'm gonna kill all of these brothers and maybe marry the sister, and then I'll get on the throne.
Period.
Period.
And we would eat it up. We would be like, yeah.
And I eat it up every time.
Tom Blythe. I think is that how you pronounce his last name? Blythe. Blythe.
I know his
Tom
name's
Blish.
Tom.
Tom. Hey, Tom. We've got an opportunity for you.
Tom, you can do the funniest thing ever.
Tom, you want to do the wildest thing that will get people to either really love you or really hate you?
Tom, they're casting for the other Game of Thrones shows. Please get your ass in the
Please
Targaryen ring.
get your ass up
I have
here.
the role of a lifetime for you. Fuck it,
You're a
let's cast him
Targaryen
as the
now.
Mad King.
Fuck it. Let's make
Fuck it.
him President Snow, the Mad King.
I'm casting.
Let's cross universes.
This is okay. This is it. We cast
Okay,
him
I'm
as
ready.
Daenerys' dad when he was young, because the Mad King
Okay.
did not eat in the Game of Thrones show. So I
Right,
feel like
right.
if they want to do another thing, a prequel about that or whatever, we cast him as that. He kind of looks like Emilia Clarke and the other people who played
Yeah, he does. He fits
Daenerys'
in.
others. Or we cast him as Rhaegar. I feel like he's pretty enough to be Rhaegar. We give him long hair, Rhaegar.
Rhaegar. I say Rhaegar.
Because people say that, like, oh, Rhaegar was strong and built, but I'm like, okay, all these Targaryen men are twinks. So.
Even David, that picture of him on the beach where his like body is like concave.
All these men are just skinny and blonde. That's all you have to do to
All
be a
they
Targaryen man.
It's all you are.
Besides that one fat king.
As long as you fit the requirements of Regina George, in which you're blonde and skinny, then
Yeah.
you're a Targaryen.
As long as you're blonde and skinny and hot and look like you smell bad, you're a Targaryen.
You look like you use Axe body spray, you might be a Targaryen.
If you look a little gay, look like you use Discord, look like you use Axe body spray, and maybe you're either an art major or a theater major, congratulations, you're a Targaryen. Sometimes on the occasion, a business major.
If you look like Succession is your favorite TV show.
Everyone for listening and deciding to sit down with us for our podcast. If you still haven't seen the trailer or want to see any of the news stills that we were talking about, they are posted on our Instagram. And thank you for sitting with us. Thank you for joining us. And everything will resume back to normal to the episodes next week.
The storm broke.
The dragons danced.
And
we what?